Sora managed to make it into Smash as the last DLC character and fits right in the game. He's floaty, so he can weave in and out of his opponents with good air drift to find openings, bait out options, or use a projectile for pressure. His offstage presence and limitation as to how far he can go offstage is almost limitless, as he's able to make it back from almost anywhere on stage. He's light though and can die really early, so you'll still need to be very careful. His ground movement and speed is decent, so not only will he be jumping to weave around with his mobility for neutral to pressure with aerials, but he'll also be attempting to find openings with dash attack, dash grab, dash down tilt, or shield dash in for out of shield options, which is especially good with forward air and neutral air, as it allows you to throw out a quick aerial while retreating and still land a second aerial. If he doesn't want to approach, he'll use his Keyblade for different spells. The projectile changes each time you use it in order. Faraga is a simple projectile and you can keep shooting by mashing B. It doesn't do much damage and it's low committal, so it could be used a little bit like Falco's lasers to try provoking approaches and attempt to control the pace. You could also short hop it, which allows you to land with forward air, neutral air, or up air. Thundaga will spawn 3 thunders that hit high and slightly below the ledge. They can connect into each other, and while it can be used in neutral to try throwing the opponent off, it'll usually be better saved for the advantage state to catch jumps in or low recoveries. If it's done while jumping, the thunders will spawn closer to you and it might grant you a greater advantage hitting, as it'll make it easier to combo or pressure. Blizzaga will be amazing at pressuring shield as well as beat out a ton of options right in front of you, and because it lasts so long, it'll also be great for dealing with regular get up or ledge jumps. While frozen, the opponent will most likely mash at different timings. The less percentage the opponent has, the faster they'd get out, and it would be up to you to try predicting the timing for a hit. All of these could also be used in the air to stall and even be reverse. Sora is somewhat of a zoner and whiff punisher or anti-air focused character. His shield pressure isn't the best, but the mix-ups he has against shield is what can be annoying to play against. He can choose to only strike once, twice, or 3 times with jab, forward tilt, neutral air, or forward air. Jab will be faster than forward tilt and better at just simply launching the opponent for tech situations, while forward tilt is better at killing and is slightly safer, especially the single hit of forward tilt, which is good to zone out the opponent with. One thing to keep in mind is that the forward tilt is unique in that the 2 or 3 hit combo needs to be buffered preemptively. You cannot react to the first hit with a continuation. You'll instead need to press tilt at least twice before it hits. The first hit of forward tilt is a great move on its own though, as it'll launch opponents far and even hit ledge stalls or 2 frames. The aerials are unique in that you can only do 2 aerials in a short hop with forward air or neutral air, unless the aerial connects or hits a shield, in which case you'll stall for a bit and you'll be able to finish it with the 3rd hit. This means that you'll really want to master fast falling while doing these aerials. Fast falling the first is necessary to land it right, fast falling on the second will be more important for mix-ups and extending combos, as without fast falling you'll just remain airborne. And fast falling the 3rd hit of especially neutral air will potentially allow you to push your advantage with more aerials. And even if they attempt to air dodge, Sora will be really good at frame trapping. Or he'll mix you up and just delay his aerials well enough to where he might steal your jump, at which point it'll be extremely hard to recover because of Sora's edge guarding options such as down air, down smash, counter, and so on. The first hit of forward air and neutral air will look very similar, although forward air is slightly slower and will only hit in front, while neutral air has a hitbox slightly behind it, which can be used to punish cross-ups out of shield. And whether you want to use the aerials with the A button or C stick is completely up to you. This will also be where your subtle spacing will matter the most, as the Keyblade actually has slightly different launch angles depending on whether you hit with the close hit, middle hit, or the tip of the blade. Landing these aerials low against shield is fairly safe as long as you space yourself well. The close hit of forward air will launch opponents out, while the middle and tipper will launch them more upwards. Neutral air combos are pretty much the same, only down tilt won't work, as all the hits launch upwards. However, the back hit might surprise the opponent and launch for a tech chase, and if you hit with the tip of the back hit, it can launch for a tech situation the other direction. His advantage state with these aerials and cancels is what really matters, as against a ton of characters he can get neutral air 1 into fast fall neutral air 2 loops if he hits you with very specific hitboxes, and DIing or SDIing will barely work. This can also be done with a close range forward air 1 into fast fall forward air 2 and either grab or down tilt as a follow-up. And of course, with platforms he'll be able to extend his combos even further. Except for this, he'll have a very simple moveset. Down air will be used to edgeguard and will send opponents out and upwards depending on where you hit the opponent, as well as you can mix up your landing with it as it also has a landing hit. Careful though, as it's easily punishable unless you learn what distance you can auto cancel it from. Back air is just a simple, strong aerial that you can land for safe pressure, or short hop it to punish short hop or full hop for full hop callouts, and hitting it at low percents will set up for a tech chase. Up air will be really safe against shield, especially if you pressure with the back hit, as well as it'll connect into combos. This is where understanding his double jump will be important, as it works a little bit like Mewtwo's, in that it takes time before he goes really high upwards. So in a few cases you could do a jump double jump up air to fly upwards for another one, and even finish things with up special. This can even be done after a footstool out of shield for big punishes. You'll have to time the 3 jump buttons pretty well, but you'll be able to literally do anything off of the footstool double jump. The double jump will also cancel and not go its full length if you neutral air dodge in the middle of it, or if you connect your forward air or neutral air. Down tilt is relatively safe and simple and will start a ton of combos, as well as it'll give you a very large window to kill confirm into up air. Up tilt is very committal but will be good after down tilt or for platform pressure, as connecting the last hit will grant you combos and potential setups. Up special will be a fairly good out of shield option to kill, and to survive for longest you'll want to DI down and away. Forward smash has a sweet spot at the tip of the keyblade. Down smash will be great for avoiding grabs and other low hitting moves, as well as it'll deal really good shield damage and launch opponents in a really bad spot. It has a really good hitbox for 2 framing and beating recoveries in general as well. Up smash will be a good out of shield option to punish bad pressure. It can anti-air because of how big the hit is, but it'll be pretty risky and hard to get. Dash attack has a very long lasting hitbox, and while it won't ever true combo into anything, it'll launch opponents into a really bad spot where you could punish attacks and air dodges with another dash attack, or attempt to punish their double jump or landing, as you'll want to try getting opponents off stage without a double jump for edge guards, especially since it might get hard to kill otherwise. Obviously, the later you hit the move, the tighter of a spot the opponent has to try avoiding a follow-up. Sora's counter is unique in that he won't just stop your attack, but also put you off balance and then strike you. And while it is strong, it won't always work, as sometimes the opponent might get pushed too far, as well as you can only counter while facing the opponent. It can even deflect projectiles. His side special is what makes his recovery extremely good and flexible. being able to fly once, twice, or 3 times. The first launch will only work to the left or right, but after that the second or third can be directed in any way. If you hold the B button, it'll automatically lock onto the opponent and combo. And if you only want to do 1 or 2 instead of 3, you'll have to release your control stick into neutral. Sure, you could use this as a rare mix-up in neutral or in your disadvantage to mix up your landing, but it's a bit slow and can be reacted to with a simple shield, and then punished since it'll have a lot of lag, even more so if you've used it 3 times. So instead, it'll mostly be used for recovering. Something to keep in mind is that the up special can only be cancelled with a side special for recovery mix-ups, and the side special will only snap the ledge at the end of the launch, so you'll still need to space it well, and in some cases you might as well just directional air dodge as it goes very far. You could also choose to hold down during the up special so that the last hit pressures the opponent. His throws are fairly basic too, down throw being your main combo starter, which can lead into up air, forward air, neutral air, and so it'll be up to you whether you want to just take a true combo or mix up the opponent with anything else, especially if you recognize that your spacing is good enough to allow you to safely extend the combo without getting hit for it. Around mid percents, if the opponent DIs away, it'll stop leading into true combos, but DI in and it might kill confirm into up air. Forward throw will be perfect when you predict them DIing away, as you want to get the opponent off stage as much as you can in as many bad spots as possible, and cover low recoveries with down air, counter, or an aerial, and attempt to cover high recoveries with your double jump, up special, and even side special if you feel like it. Going off stage with forward air is usually a good idea, as not only does it hit harder than neutral air, but it'll also allow you to counter just in case. And while the 1-2 cancel isn't true, it'll still work against a ton of characters with specific recoveries, as it'll push them off stage. Up throw won't really accomplish much, but back throw will be a reliable kill throw at around 150%. His ledge trapping will be fairly simple as well. Normally the best thing you can do is to stand and shield at close range, where forward tilt also could pressure ledge hang, and then grab out of shield, or neutral air since it'll cover regular get up, jump, and roll. Otherwise, you could also just pressure with back airs and dash attack as a mix-up, or short hop backwards to roll distance and thunder, which can cover roll, regular get up, jump, and ledge stall if timed correctly. As for Sora's ledge options, he could immediately double jump and up air as a mix-up, release the ledge and forward air mix-up assuming there is something to hit, into a double jump air dodge or side special, as well as he can ledge jump forward air to anti-air full hops. It won't hit grounded opponents, but you could try to hit grounded opponents if you ledge jump and immediately double jump forward air. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like the video if you liked it, and if you want to support my work, then please help me out on Patreon. And to all my Patreons, thank you so much for all the support. And feel free to come by my Twitch, as I stream almost daily from 4 PM EST.